everyone, and welcome to this BusinessTrading.com video module on the inverted pyramid style. So first, let's go over definition. What is the inverted pyramid style? Well, it's a style of writing used in many ways, primarily when relaying information so as to showcase the most important information first and the least important information last. This is a writing style used in press releases. It can also be used online, but it's sort of an archaic way of writing where you leave out a lot of emotion, you just simply state the facts, and in the very beginning it can be a rather boring read, but it also has some benefits as well, but we can get into that later. And the benefits are really what make this writing style something that was used so prevalently. And here we can see sort of what that looks like. The top level of the pyramid represents the most important information, what makes the press release newsworthy. So again, this is something used primarily in press releases. So you'll include in that first tier the who, what, when, where, and why. And this is where you'll answer the question for the reader, why should I care? This is the most important information. This is where you really get to relay why they need to be paying attention to your story. And from there, it's supporting information in the body of the press release, where you can sort of delve into things a little bit more and just support what you said in the first paragraph. And then lastly, you'll have the end with the least important information, your company info, the boilerplate, and contact information, etc. This method is used for a number of reasons. One, people who receive press releases are busy. Consumers and media alike have things to do, and when press releases are provided in this manner, it can make the most important information available first. This can be crucial when pitching busy media who are looking for the most relevant press releases and stories to feature in their publications. To follow on that, this sort of goes along with what I just said. Skimmers can find the most important information and fast. This is, of course, a benefit of the inverted pyramid style writing. And it really makes it so when reading, hundreds of press releases a day, if not more, the reader can figure out, okay, this press release talks about this, this, and this is exactly what I'm looking for because it reaches my target audience. It's certainly not the right style for every news story, but it also makes it so it's easier to read. And that goes on to point number 2. It makes it easy for the media to quickly decide if the story is worth their time. Also, it can make cutting a story easy as well. So, for example, if you have a word count restriction, you can create a more succinct version of the press release by just using the information at the top. The inverted pyramid style writing may not be right for every story, as I mentioned, and some people in the media critique that for being artless, and it removes a great detail of autonomy from the reporter. Others link the inverted pyramid style to the decline in newspaper readership, arguing that by giving away the ending first, the structure goes against the very fundamentals of narrative. Some scholars have theorized that the inverted pyramid structure might actually be more difficult for readers to understand. Now, I'm not exactly sure why people pitching stories, why their press releases are being published as a story. For a newspaper writer or a newspaper journalist, they know how to write stories. The inverted pyramid is to be used on the back end in the press release, where we can share information with the media, who then should give the story to a writer, a journalist, who will create the story for them from the information they're given. So, while people may say, oh, this is an artless style of writing, it is. It's meant to be informative, not a narrative that's very interesting to read. With the emergence of online news writing, the inverted pyramid structure is not as prominent as it once was. In the online format, where editors are no longer bound by column inches, an article's length is more flexible. Similarly, online journalism is increasingly influenced by the presence of bloggers, who typically issue traditional news writing structure. Surely, though, this format is common enough that most people will understand what's being shared, and again, with it being on the back end of the writing, in the sort of back office writing process, this information is not meant to be something that's published. The inverted pyramid style writing is, so it's what we expect from a press release. So when you publish a press release on your website or through like press release distribution sites. This is what people are expecting because they're used to press releases being this way. And really, you can mix it up by writing something that's worth reading, by writing something that's newsworthy. So, use this format, but also be sure to include information that's actually worth reading. There are, I'm sure, millions of press releases that no one's ever read, but that's because they didn't get attention because they maybe were not written correctly, or they're about a topic that no one cares about. So, it really varies on the topic that you're writing about. Just remember that media professionals are busy, so take into consideration their schedules. Also note that the slightest mistake or piece of information missing can really deter someone from using your story in their articles or in their publications. Also be sure to target the right media professional who can reach your audience. Also, I think that despite the different takes on the inverted pyramid style writing, people still need to be sure to include the essentials, which are the 5 W's, the who, what, when, where, and why. Some people also include how, so the 5 W's and the H, and also be sure to create a relevant, newsworthy release. So that concludes our inverted pyramid style writing 101 video. Thank you for watching this video from businesstraining.com. I hope you've enjoyed it. To learn more about our training and certification programs, please visit us online at www.businesstraining.com.